Hello friends. So this session is going to be accounting. In this session we are going to see in how SSAS implements the accountings and finances and how that is incorporated in a cube. What are we going to see is how the accounts are actually calculated and how they are selectively aggregated. So those are important things. So I'm going to cover this entire account session in one demo, so please bear with me if this session is a little lengthy. So to begin with, what I have here is a dim account table. I would like to show the data here before we get into building the cube. The data is, we have the different account types and we have the account descriptions, and they have the account key. So basically what and there is an important column which needs to be kept in mind, that is the operator column. So what this operator depicts is, it says whether the particular record which is entered against the account key in the fact finance table is as a part of aggregation needs to be summed up or needs to be a difference. So basically, if I were to write this query on account type and operators, I see that various different account types have different aggregations on the basis of the operator. So what I have here is liability is actually is selectively, it is positive for few of them, and few of them it is to be subtracted out. Then we have the table, which means there is no aggregation to be done on this as such, and then we have something else also. So basically we have no aggregation, which is this table. Then we have sum as an aggregation, and then there is a negative value. So this needs to be subtracted out. So these are the various distinct values against which the data will be populated in the fact finance table. So the fact finance table as such is nothing but it has the amount and a finance key, and of course the account key. So the account key is something which links the dim account with the fact finance table, and then we have an organization key also, and the date key on which the date timestamp on which the data was recorded and populated in the fact table. So this is the data as of now, and let's start to build a cube from scratch around this data, and let's see how we have to build the cube and how we can get the aggregations selectively done. So let me start quickly. I call a new project and I call analysis services, I call account demo, and let's start up fresh, a new data source. I use 2, then let's say I give my account details, I call it next, and that's my data source. I need a data source view as well. I select the data source and I'm going to use the date, I'm going to use the organization, of course the account, and of course the finance. So those are going to be my tables for this demonstration. I start building. So I have these three tables as dimension tables: account, organization, and the date. And then I have the fact finance, on which the aggregation, which will act of which the amount column of which will be the aggregation value that I'll be looking at. Okay, so it starts building the dimensions. First of all, let me quickly build up the organization dimension. Organization name, fine, fair enough. Let me call this organization and call it finish. I process this quickly. So that I will make sure that we have not made any mistake on the dimension as such. This should be good. So that's my fine. So that's my first dimension. Next I move on to the important dimension again. That would be my date time. Fine, I want the fiscal, maybe sounds good. Then maybe I call the month name. Next, I would also like to have the day name of the week. Fine, I call it day. This should be fine. And then date. Okay, let's call it date. That's fine. First of all, we have to build this dimension. This would need some. This is not a regular one. This is okay. Processing mode. This is the type should be time. That's first change. Next, we move on to month. So for month, what I am going to use as my key columns is the month number of the year. I remove this, and then maybe the calendar year. That should be fine. Okay, and in the name column, I would like to see the month name, English month name. That should be, and yes, the order by key. That's fine. Now we'll move on to the year. Year should be fiscal year. Name column should be fiscal year. For semester, the key column would also need to be added as year and semester, and my name column would be semester. Fair enough. Now I go ahead with my quarter. I would add year and semester as well. Push this up, and this would be my fiscal quarter. That's done. For day, let's see what we have. It's I would like to have day number of the week. That's, and it should be day name, day English day name. Where is that? Of the week. Fine. So next, that's done. Save this, and I start to build a hierarchy. Semester, quarter, month. Sorry. Delete this. I put this month. I call this FY, fiscal year. And in the attribute relationships, I also need to edit this. So edit it to, sorry, it should be month. Okay, edit this to quarter, and edit this to semester. That's about it. Now I process my time dimension, and let's see if we have made some mistakes or not. So let's browse this and check. That's our FY, that's our fiscal year, that's our semester, that's our quarter, and that's our July, August, September, the month names. Perfect. Now let's try to go ahead and check the day as well. Yes, so those are the days, and yes, we have made a slight mistake. The mistake stands as, what we need to do is disable. We just don't need this, so if we make it false, that's true, we make it false, it should be visible, and month name as well. So let me reprocess this. Done. So I should see only day and FY. That's all. Day and fiscal year. That's all I should be seeing. Fine. So we are done with these two dimensions. Now the important dimension comes up. So basically what we have is the account dimension that we have been talking about. So the account key is the key column, that's fine, and the name column we call that as account description, Apart from that, maybe custom members and maybe account type. So these two would be the ones we would be selecting. We call it dim account and leave it here. So we have basically we have set up the dimension, we have built the dim account dimension. Now the important thing that we were actually observing is the dim account has an important column here, which is our operator, which identifies what kind of aggregation needs to be done here. So let's add that as well. We need to specify an operator, a urinary operator column. So this would ask you the column name. So we have identified that and call it finish. So we have built our elementary dim account dimension here. Let's process this and see, look for mistakes if we have made any. Fine. Now let me browse it as well. So that's our different account types. We have inventory, and we have the current assets, the balance sheets, the net income. To point out, the net income basically would be the aggregation of the underlying child members, while for important thing, like we already know, the inventory should be inventory as it is not a complete aggregation. It shouldn't be like that. It should be the last not empty value. I mean the inventory, the last standing value of the inventory before the day closure should be the value that should be there, and so it is not a completely aggregated value. Likewise, it should be for assets. So I'm just specifying this fact because that would come into play once we start building the cube. Now we move on with the cube, and let's use the fact finance. Okay, I select the amount as such, and I'm going to use the 3 dimensions here, and okay, I call it my account cube here. Okay, so first and foremost, let's try to look at the properties here. It's currently sum, and the formatting string. Let's update this formatting string for the amount as the dollar value, and apart from that, we have the 3 dimensions here that are those are going to be used here. Let's check the dimension key usage to confirm the key values. So if we are to check between the account and the finance, we have the account key. For between the date and the finance, we have the date, and organization and the finance, we have organization key respectively. So they are all good as of now. We have confirmed that. Now let's process the cube and start looking at the data. Good, the process has been done. Let's look at browsing the values, select the amount and maybe the account key. So we can see that it's the balance sheet is showing as $0. Now if we dig in, what we see here is assets and liabilities. So basically the values between asset and liabilities are being subtracted out each other. So the amount in the balance sheet is $0. So there is no, the balance sheet is showing you $0, while the account net income is actually the sum of the underlying members, which is actually the correct value. This is because of the because we have identified and defined the urinary operator column here. So that's helping us. Otherwise, since we have given a sum as the aggregator here in the properties, if you see, we have given it as sum, it would have given you a different value. Had you not used the operator column, it would have given you a different value. So basically this would have, both of these would have been summed up, and this wouldn't be $0. So I'm just trying to explain this here. The next important thing that is, let's also try to use the organization maybe and take a look if it's working. Yeah, it's showing values per the organization also. I'm cleaning this up, and next I'm going to use is the fiscal year. So for fiscal year also, the balance sheet is showing the values correctly. But the important thing here is, for assets and liabilities, if we dig down deep, we can see they are being aggregated internally. So if we dig down deep, at the assets and the liability, I mean at the balance sheet level, it's showing correctly, but within the assets and liabilities, it's showing in a different way. It's aggregating internally the values. So what we have to do is we also have to identify for each of the different types here, account types, what is the sort of aggregation which needs to be done. So we also have to bring in that kind of intelligence for our current cube. So to start building that thing, I would edit my database first of all, and then I would start defining the aggregation function internally. So this would be sum, expense, flow, I call it sum, balance, let me say last not empty value. For asset also I say and define that, liability also last not empty, and then statistical also last not empty. So I've defined these. Again, to remind you, I have done edit database here on the solution, and I save it. Now for the alias, we do not find anything. So basically alias would be the value from a table. So how that's mapped, we'll take a look at that. So it's done. Next, I use my account and add the business intelligence here. I use the define account intelligence. What it pops me up with is the chart of accounts, is the attribute dimension attribute here. So that's my parent, and the account name is the account key, and account type is account type. That's fine. Next, what we see is the built-in account types. These are the values from the table. So what we say is assets, balance, expenditures, maybe expenditures we can call it as expenses. Let's call it expense, and flow is fine. Liabilities, again, that's not income, that's liability for me. Revenue would be income, and then statistical. So these are the values, built-in account types, various account types in the table, and then I map them up and say finish. Now I go on to the cube properties, and in the aggregation function I say by account, because we have defined that. Now let's process this. So now what is going to happen is the internal aggregation would actually occur on the basis of our definition that we have identified even internally. So now if I were to show you, the important thing is aliases. See, the aliases have been mapped here. So basically they are the aliases from the table, the values that have been mapped, and now the aggregation will occur on these on this basis. So that's how we can actually build our cubes, I mean with the additional intelligence of what is the different kind of aggregation that needs to be done here. Now if I were to show you, this would be giving you the right results. So internally it's giving you the right results also. I mean internally it's for each of the quarter, and it's going to give you the right results, while for the income it would always be the sum. So that's operating profit. So these are the values. Basically now we would be able to see it quite clearly. So I hope this is an elementary introduction to the account, and how the account adds on to the cube, and what are the different ways of adding the intelligence, building the dimensions. If this session has been a little lengthy one, please pardon me with that. I wanted this to be a single short session, so that you can understand that without any interruptions. So thank you friends, stay tuned for my next videos, and if you've liked it, I would request you to please subscribe onto my channel and help me and encourage me with this endeavor. Thank you so much.